Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Asgard's Champ. Welcome to episode 16 of my playthrough for Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia. Just before we jump into the video here, just a quick reminder, I am trying to build a bit more of a following on Instagram and Twitter. My links are down in the description. If you wish to follow me over there, that would be great. And without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, if we remember where we left off at the end of the last episode, we'd kind of secured this region a little bit. We've brought our forces back together. We took out a couple of forces, however we lost Northymbre at the end of the last episode. So we do need to take that back. We also have an enemy force raiding here, and a smaller enemy force here, which are probably going to go and take Coldingham. They'll either sack it or take it, so I think we're going to work our way around up to the coast here, deal with these guys, deal with this big 20 stack sitting here, and at some point deal with this army as well. Because they're kind of, I want to keep these two armies together. However, I may have to split them up in order to deal with these three. Depends what they do. If they clump up together, then I'm going to have to keep my guys together. If they split up, I can split my guys up fairly safely. A bit further south here, just outside of Carliol. We defended Carliol in the last episode. We sort of marched out here, took out the army that was besieging Carliol. Finish those guys off. So next we need to keep moving to the west here, take Northymbre here, and carry on going. Have a little plan for that as well, which I'll take you through shortly. And down in the south here, this army, the Giant Slayers, we managed to quell a rebellion which sprouted up here. Now that's probably going to happen a few more times, I would imagine, before we manage to completely secure this particular region. A lot of it's down to the buildings that we've got here. However, I can't really afford to get rid of these buildings at the moment. The iron smelter and this one, which is a lead mine. They reduce the public order quite drastically, giving it a 10% chance of a rebellion every turn. So yeah, I'm just going to have to keep a small force here to deal with it, I think. So, without any more summarising of everything, let's continue. Now it looks like I can actually... Does that mean that we can upgrade them? Can. Okay, so this I think is because they're sitting by Carliol. Now in Carliol we have a blacksmith, I believe. Yeah. So we can actually upgrade all of these units and give them better armour and equipment. It might be worth doing actually. I don't know if we'll have the money to do everyone though. Let's have a look. So it cost me 1,000, so I actually could do it. I don't think it increases the cost per turn to keep those units, their upkeep, so that might be worth it, having a nice big strong army there. The Death Givers are one of my more experienced armies as well. So that could be good. You know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So they've got improved weapons and armour now. Perfect. So we'll move these guys over to the west. This small army as well, I am also going to move over. So the plan for these guys is going to be, with this smaller army here, move these guys around the coast. It's going to take a little while, it'll take a few turns to do it. So I'd rather send the smaller army and eventually take this settlement here. Now with the bigger army, I'm actually just going to march them straight up north to start taking some of these settlements here. And it'll ease the pressure off these armies by doing so. So I think the next move for these guys is going to be to actually march both of the armies a bit further north. We want to try to take out this army eventually. Now they're probably going to get into Coldingham in this next turn. And we will then have to wait another couple of turns maybe to go after them. We'll see though. We'll have to wait until next turn to kind of judge that one. I think that's it for this turn in terms of troop movement. I didn't want to move these guys down to the south at all. They just want to kind of sit here. That's fine. We've got research available. I have had a quick look at this off camera. I quite like the look of the missile drills and tactics. Gives us plus 25% ammunition for missile infantry in all of my armies, and plus 10% missile damage for missile infantry for all my armies as well. So that's quite good. I was going down the trade tree. Now I have noticed that we don't really start to see any sort of passive income benefits until we get here. So I might just leave it for now. It is something I'm going to come back and do though, because I don't really have the money to start making these new buildings like the Market Cross here or the tavern that we've already unlocked. So until we can start affording to do those and boosting our income that way, then, you know, it seems a bit pointless to me. Whereas we are at war, so taking the extra missile damage and ammunition seems wiser to me at this stage. We've got low public order in a few places, but that's fine. It's nothing too bad, and we are aware of the -10 public order in North Mercia. Skills available then for a couple of people. So this one is a governor. Let's give him scribe just for the extra income. And we have a general here as well. This is of that smaller army moving over to the west of Straklut's territory. So with these guys, I'm going to probably just put another point in champion. Yeah, it makes sense to do that, actually. Let's do it. Sorry, this was actually the army down to the south who quelled the last rebellion. But same thing applies, really. The point in champion was probably the best thing for them. And with that, we'll end the turn. Okay then, so a little bit of, well, quite annoying actually. So what's happened is the army that was here took Coldingham as we expected them to do, started recruiting some troops, and the army that was raiding over here actually went and took Maelross and started recruiting as well. Now they've got up to 18 units here, so that's not actually good. That's pretty bad for me. Got a couple of options then. I can either split these troops up here. I think this 11 stack could probably take this 15 stack. Simply because, you know, that a lot of their units are not going to be very well replenished. So I think we would win that. Probably if I fight it on the battlefield, we would. And with this 20 stack, or 19 stack, should I say, I could start moving them back over here to deal with Maelross. Now, it's a bit risky kind of splitting these forces up. If they decide to bunch up, it's going to cause me a lot of problems. So that's one option. Probably the one I'm going to do, actually. But the second option, which I haven't really looked at yet, is if I moved the Death Givers back up this way to Maelross. Now, that it's possible. It'll take them a few turns to do it. However, it will actually stop this particular army from moving south. But that might force them to move north and clump up with this army, maybe. So, bit of a decision to make with regards to that one. Now, there's nothing else to really do this turn other than to make this decision. So, what I think I might do, first of all, let's take this settlement back with this smaller army. Occupy that. Now, these guys just start replenishing, so that's good. We can keep them there for now. The next thing, I am actually tempted to move these guys up north this way, because I can't afford to have a big army kind of moving south on Carliol. That would be a bit of a disaster. And I don't really want to split these guys up. So let's do it. Let's move this army up to take, as if they're going to go take Maelross. We can always, you know, move them off in a different direction to these guys once they get up here. Ultimately, it's a similar plan. I was just going to take them this side of the mountains before and start taking settlements here that were unprotected. If we keep them, you know, closer on the eastern side of these mountains here, it makes no difference really. It's going to be the same end goal for them, so that's okay. Let's move these guys a bit closer. And let's take Coldingham back. Now we overwhelm them completely here, so we will just auto-resolve this one, I think. Fight it aggressively. That's King Guthfrid doing his thing, so we lost a few men, but nothing too major. Both armies are still okay. We'll occupy that one, get a bit of replenishment from that. Killed an enemy in battle, that's fine. So these guys will sit here for the next turn. That's good, because it means that now it kind of forces either Stratclut here with this army or their ally here to march back to challengers. So hopefully they won't send their men south. If they do, there's this army to clear them up anyway. I've got damaged building here in Coldingham. Let's have a look. It's only 162 to fix it. We can't afford that. That's fine. We'll do it. And yeah, I think we'll end the go there. Actually, we have traits gained. So Guthfrid has become horribly scarred. Enemy morale goes down by 3. That's fine. That's actually perfect. I'm sure he's had something similar to that before, but that's all good. But yeah, I'll end the turn there. So Stratclut want to make peace with me. I believe this would actually still leave us at war with their ally here. I don't want to accept that anyway, actually, because I actually need to take this land so that I've got the economy to field the kind of armies necessary then to take the south when I want to do that eventually. So making peace with them really doesn't help me out at all. So yeah, we'll decline that.
It's your choice, however foolish.
Alright then, so we've seen this event before. Rumour has it that one of your men has been distracted by his passions. Whilst appreciating beauty is a healthy trait in a man, his love is drawing him away from his sworn duties. Perhaps you should beat some sense into him before it's too late. A couple of options here then. So Leofwine here is going to lose loyalty, no matter which one I choose. He's got 5, so we're okay on that one. Guthfrid's got plenty of influence to lose, so the kingdom comes first is what we'll choose. And Thorkel has gained a couple of, he's gained 1 trait rather, which gives him +2 governance and a +3% unit replenishment. All good. Okay, a little update then in terms of what happened between turns. The army that was sat in Maelros have decided to move to the east. Probably going to go and take this settlement here. It is walled. There is a garrison in there, and it looks like they're probably going to be taking attrition while they're here in the snow for this next turn, and they're not fully replenished as they are. What's the garrison like here? Not amazing. Still replenishing as well, so not even at full strength. A couple of options we've got here then is to first of all pull one of these armies back to deal with them, or both of them. Could even do both of them. We do have the Death Givers moving up from the south here, which we will keep them doing. They can take Maelros and then kind of challenge this army maybe, if we pull these guys back. But I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. However, if I do pull these armies back, so where can they get to? They can get to kind of here. One of two things will happen. Either this army is going to just come in and take Holdingham, or it will force this army to then move further south here, which causes me a few problems really. I don't want to be sort of chasing them all the way to the south. Eventually they'll just take one of my settlements and it'll be a real pain to deal with them. So I need to kind of get a bit more of a foothold here. There is a little bit of a choke point at this part of the island here. So I need to kind of hold that to stop them getting past me, like, because they keep getting armies and sneaking them around me here. And it's a bit of a pain. We are making a nice healthy amount of income now. I do wonder what that's come from actually. Maybe just the settlements we took in the last turn. We are going to keep these guys moving around as well. Next target is this settlement. I've already moved them. Okay, so decision time for this here. I wonder what's the best option. Maybe if we just pull this army back to chase these ones. It's a bit risky though because of the difference in units. Now they've got 7 more units than I do, and while some of them, like this Welsh Levy Axeman, are really, you know, low in numbers, the rest here look quite high. Obviously I can't see what's going on with these other ones. We could end up kind of just losing our army if we do that. So I feel like we have to pull both of them back really. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that, unfortunately. We're probably going to lose Coldingham in the next turn to this army here. Again, here's what it is. We're going to put this army here in this settlement, just to dissuade them from attacking it. So we've got attrition for the Death Givers. That's fine, they should only lose a few men. And also for the Swords of Wayland as well. Again, not too much of an issue for these guys, as I think they're kind of unopposed over here. Winter will pass in the next turn as well, so that's fine. Low public order in Cumberland, we're aware of that. That's this region, probably because we just took Dinpris here. But that's all good. I'll end the turn and see what Mischief Stratclute get up to in the next one. Alright then guys, so I made a little bit of a mistake here. When I moved the 2 armies who were furthest north, when I moved them south, I put one of them in the settlement, and I left the weaker one just outside. They've actually been attacked by this army. Now we can see their full amount of numbers. It's not looking great for me. Balance of power kind of has it roughly even, slight disadvantage for myself. And just looking at the units here, it looks like they out-skirmish me quite heavily. So they've got a couple of units of longbowmen who I can't really do anything about because their range is so good. And 3 units of, I think these are kind of like tier 2, I think they're tier 2 skirmishers. And then they've got a couple of javelinmen as well, and a fairly hefty cavalry presence. The problem is that if I run away from this, I think they're going to run north rather than south. I really hope they run south, but I think I'm going to have to retreat. And then if they catch up to us again, then I'm just going to have to fight it. But we'll see.
Warriors, leave the field.
Alright, so didn't run south. Didn't run north either, but not close enough to the settlement here to get some reinforcements. So not good, but I will fight this one on the battlefield, so I'll see you guys there. Okay then, so we need to take a defensive position here. Looks like pretty flat land, but there's some trees to set up potential ambushes. Looking at my troops though, I don't have any cavalry to ambush with, which is what I like to do usually. Let's have a look. I'll have a scout around anyway, set the troops up, and then be back with you in a couple of minutes. Alright then guys, so what I've done here is a bit risky, but I feel like I'm going to have to take a bit of a risk with this battle to win it. So I've got my spears here on the flanks, set a bit of an angle just to try and avoid them cavalry getting around me. We'll see what happens. I've got them in spear wall, I've got my swords in the middle, they have quite a good melee skill, which I think kind of helps them hold the line, so to speak. Got my archers in the middle here, who I'm going to actually just turn off skirmish mode. Have them on fire at will. I'm going to try focus down their skirmishers as best I can. Generally in the back, also in shield wall, and then the final set of spearmen right at the back here in shield wall. They're going to react to wherever their cavalry go. And what I've done is I've put my 2 units of Danelaw axemen here in the woods. They are hidden, so hopefully... So again, this is a bit of a risk. I'm hoping to kind of move them through the trees here. Although they might get seen as they go through this little bit. So maybe I'll leave them where they are. But either way, I'm going to try and ambush their skirmishers once the fighting commences. Or at least get some charges into the back of their infantry, we'll see. And then I've got my javelin men just behind them as well, who I'm going to turn off fire at will and skirmish. And try and, again, get some javelins into the backs of their men. Again, risky. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. I'll see you guys, start the battle and see you guys once they get into kind of shooting range here. But they do have the skirmish advantage, so we'll see how this one goes. Alright then, so they quite suddenly came on me then, and started shooting. So with my bowman here, I'm going to try and focus down their skirmishers. They're already kind of shooting at their skirmishers anyway. Sorry, you need to come back. I think I just had my general selected there as well. I'm going to let the archers kind of move forward if they need to. Let's just get them all shooting at the right people. They're definitely going to win the skirmish engagements. I'm probably going to lose all my skirmishers here, but that's fine. Hopefully the infantry can do the job. Really need to turn those advisements off. Okay, we've got 1 unit running already. The next are probably soon to go. Get my general back in shield wall. Probably going to have to get Prince Canute here fighting in this battle. Hopefully he doesn't die. Don't fancy losing my heir, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Their cavalry seem to be formed up on the right hand side, which is exactly where I've hidden my troops. Hopefully they don't get spotted, but it might be a good opportunity to actually get a flanking maneuver on their cavalry as well, so that might be good. Might actually work out for me. Now, they are just probably going to take shots at me now. I can't see them moving their infantry in until this skirmish phase is over for them, which is going to mean them running out of ammo, I'd imagine. Unfortunately, they've got really good skirmishers, so this might go badly for me. Let's see. Let's keep the morale boosted for the men. The cavalry started to move now. No, still sitting where they are. This is really frustrating because I can't do anything about it. If I start moving my men forward, they're going to get absolutely chewed up by these archers. The problem is they've probably got an absolute ton of ammo left yet.
Our men have turned tail and run, the cowards.
We're losing a lot of men. Okay, they're starting to move forward now. I was kind of counting on them doing that. I need to keep these guys in shield wall against those archers where possible. Right, we've got more cav on the left-hand flank as well. I did think 2 units was too little. We've got the unit of spearmen here at the back to try and counter any charges, and we have our men hidden as well. So now they've just sat a bit closer to me. I think what's best here is probably to charge the men in, although I feel like this is going to go extremely badly for me. Let's see. Let's get these guys out of here as well. Pull these guys to the right to counter their cavalry, and I'm actually going to charge Mr. General in as well. Let's try and form these guys up to block their cavalry on the left-hand flank. You guys need to come in.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Okay, they just took a big charge. That's not good. Let's get my spearmen in there as quickly as possible. They've been flanked here by axemen. Not good. And now cav. They've been caught by that one. Well, not going brilliant, but we didn't expect it to either, so I really need these guys to hold these spearmen. Looks like they're about to run. No, come back. Okay, hopefully we can win on this flank. Let's get the javelins shooting. Let's also actually put them back onto fire at will. Okay, these guys are done now. Let's move them over. I want to get some flanking maneuvers in with these guys. We've lost the left flank completely, so we're really relying on the right hand flank here.
It's a rout. Our warriors flee the battle.
Yeah, we're routing more troops now as well. Let's get these guys charged in. Let's try finish this unit as well. Spearmen are making short work of these cav. Their generals over here on horseback too. I think we've lost this one, guys. It is my own fault for leaving that army out on their own, but there we go. Okay, let's try and get their general if we can. Our general's holding, at least for now. If we can get their general to run away, that's perfect. It'll damage their morale and hopefully turn the tide, but it's a bit of a long shot, I think. We've got no other troops who have rallied who can help out, so we've only got these guys to work with now. General's dead. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Now, let's be smart about this and move some of these guys around. They are going to get shot at by these skirmishers, hoping they run out of ammo sometime soon. Got a bit of a mass rout going on with their troops. Again, that's perfect for us. Nice big rout. Okay, let's get these guys all charging in. It's skirmishes which are still going to cause me a problem even once we've routed everyone else, because we still have to then chase them down if they don't run. That was very lucky that we killed their general when we did. Okay, don't rout. Come back, please. Hopefully that rally will help. It did. Right, they're all running now. Let's start chasing down the skirmishers as best we can. Let's get the general to help out with these guys because their morale is bad. Let's get these guys chasing as well. Problem is, in this chase they're going to get shot at the same time, and that's definitely going to cause some casualties, but if we can get them running, that'll be perfect. Let's please take these guys out soon. They are bow infantry, so I can't imagine them lasting very long in a fight. But they are tier 3 as well, so maybe that'll go in their favour. Yeah, this unit's going to get shot at quite badly. Yeah, not good. So, while we are kind of winning, because all of their guys are running, so are ours. Okay, we're going to have to do this now with these 4 units that we've got left against their 4 units of skirmishers, although we are running away. Okay, maybe it's smarter now to just keep these guys. It's only my general left. Get him into shield wall and just kind of weather the storm here. Come on, guys. This is terrible. We almost pulled it back as well with that one. It's annoying. Get into shield wall. Hopefully they're out of ammo soon and they're going to have to charge us, but even then we've hardly got any troops left. I wonder if it's worth just running away. Try to save Canute's life. I'm not sure, to be honest. He won't be able to take these 4 units, I'm sure of that. But if I run him away, there's a high chance that he's going to get shot and killed. Bit of a conundrum, this one. I'm going to hit fast forward just to see what they do. Doesn't look like they're shooting at him anymore. Is that because they can't see him? I'm sure they can. So maybe they're going to start charging me, maybe? Alright, let's hit the play button again. Wonder what they're trying to do now. I take him out of shield wall, are they going to shoot at him again? No? Okay, yeah, they are. Let's get back into shield wall. Now they're trying to be clever. Let's charge them. This is probably where Canute dies. Pop a rally, hopefully keep his own morale up as best we can. All we can do is hope that this works. Let's see. I'm just going to keep it on fast forward here. It's not much to micromanage. We've got 2 of them routing already, so 1 more. No, sorry, 2 more. There we go, we've done it. Oh my god. That was intense. I honestly thought we were going to lose that for, well, multiple times. Jesus, okay. Well, I'm not going to chase the men down. I'm going to end the battle there. So I'll see you guys back on the campaign map. Wow, alright then guys, so we actually managed to win that. Now, it looks like my general was killed. Not quite sure how that happened, but my general died apparently. So that's not good. But we did win the battle, so that's a bit of an achievement there. I really didn't think we were going to win that one, so that's brilliant. Lost a unit of spearmen as well. They lost a few units. They've still got probably a bigger army than me and would probably kill me if they tried to attack again. So let's hope they don't do that. We are going to take the replenishment on this one. Alright then, so killed in battle. Canute. He did us proud in that battle. I'm still in a bit of shock, to be honest, that we even won that one. He must have died at some point in the battle and I didn't realise. It's the only thing I can think that happened there. But yeah, that is a shame that he died because he's been one of my better generals. Is what it is though. He's gone. Need to promote another general now. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we should take a younger general. I mean, we know a little bit about this guy, so he's got minus 25% recruitment cost for cavalry units. He's rash though, so he gets minus 2 to command. And he's a fighter, which gives him minus 15% recruitment cost for sword and axe infantry units. It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. These guys we know less about. Other than this guy's an archer and this guy is fearless. Quite like the sound of someone who's fearless. And he's called Bjorn. What more quintessential Viking name is there? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for Bjorn. Oh, a few different things happening there. So, something of a deterrent. Truly a lion among men. This man is a living example for others to follow. If only every one of your retainers was so strong, then all your problems would melt away like the setting sun at the end of a long day. Okay, so a couple of options here. Mixture of strength, which gives us public order for 6 turns plus 3. Or we celebrate our heroes for 6 turns, we get plus 3 unit morale. I think we're going to go for the morale since we've got quite a lot of battles going on. Right then. So we've got low public order. Risk of rebellion in North Mercia. Skills available for this governor here. Give him scribe. try and increase the money. So, yeah, we need to definitely move this army into one of these cities for replenishment. We'll do that in a second, and we'll probably move this one out of the city to finish off these guys. Coldingham was taken by this army here. We kind of expected that, though. We need to keep these guys moving north, which we'll do. And let's keep these guys moving west. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and attack this army here. They're running. Probably not going to be able to catch them there. No. But what we can do is kind of block this pass, which is the only way in and out of here. Get these guys back into the city here for replenishment. Might have to recruit some units with them as well. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Having said that, is this army going to be able to defend against this one and this one? Probably. Probably will. We're going to be at a skirmish disadvantage though, because we only have 2 units of skirmishers. That probably needs to change. Already I can see these guys have 4 Highland Levy archers. Okay. Well, I don't think at this stage we have much of a choice. We probably did. We probably could have kept him here had I thought about it a little bit more, but these guys wouldn't have been much help, to be honest. Maybe the garrison could have helped out though. Never mind. Can't change that now. So I think we end the turn there. Not much to do for this turn. Everyone's moved, I believe. Yep. Let's double check. Yep, and yep. So I could move these guys up actually to reinforce this army, but the numbers are quite weak. I'm wondering if I should probably just give them the replenishment. I mean, they'll still get replenishment, it just won't be as much. You know what, I will move them out. At least then they are in the vicinity and can help them out when necessary. Okay, let's end the turn. So, an event here, successful propaganda, gives us an increase to public order for 6 turns plus 3. So that's all good. So there's a host of traits gained here. I won't go through them all. The only negative one here is probably this guy has become insane, which he loses a bunch of stats, but is what it is. Got research available again. Where did we put it last time? We put it into archers, didn't we? I wonder if it's worth taking the next tier of archers. It's something we've been lacking in the last few battles. Yeah, let's go for that. So in 4 turns, we should be able to start upgrading all of our archers. So a couple of things then. So this army here, well, the 2 armies that were here, Stratclute decided to move towards Mailross, I'm guessing for their own replenishment. That was a mistake by them because we've got this army here who are going to occupy Mailross for us. So we've got nice healthy income going now, which is good, and food's okay as well. So in the next turn these guys can probably see them off, which is fine, and then the big 20 stack moved towards Dinbar there, so which means I can probably quite comfortably take Coldingham back. Yep. We'll move these guys up again, keeping them close this time. Oh, didn't want to merge them, sorry. Just keep them there. It's fine, let them replenish and so on. In fact, it might be worth moving these guys out of the city if I can. And putting these guys in the city, just for the extra replenishment. I'm going to assume this army are going to then move this way or this way, but it's fine, we will give them chase with this army. Or maybe even my weaker one from over here, we'll see. One of them though. And let's get the movement for these guys done. We're going to take this settlement here. I'll occupy that. Right then, so I think we're going to move these guys, start moving them north. Take this settlement here. It's not walled, so they'll be able to walk in and take it as long as it's undefended. And we'll probably leave them there, because the next settlement is going to be a walled settlement, which will be a bit more difficult to take. There's not enough troops here for that, to do that. Might let them replenish here for a few turns, but that's definitely a boon, giving a boon to our income and food actually. So we might be able to start maybe recruiting some more troops for them before we move them off again. We will see. Adrid, one of our generals here. I think this is for the the Death Givers. So let's have a think about what we want to give to him. His loyalty is a bit low, so maybe we give him the priest for the extra loyalty. Yeah, let's do that. Makes sense. And Guthfrid himself. Let's give him another point into champion. What else could we give him? Yeah, I think champion, or what's Bard do? +5 unit replenishment. That might not be a bad shout. Keeping them replenished gives him zeal as well. All good. And we've got a little bit of money and we've got a good amount of income here, so it might be worth starting to think about maybe in some of the more safer regions, this one for example. Might be worth looking at some buildings to upgrade. So I'm going to do that for a couple of minutes. I'm going to be probably focusing on increasing my income because I want to start recruiting some more soldiers where possible. So bear with me for a couple of minutes and I'll be back. Alright then guys, so what I found is that in this settlement here we've got a cloth weaver which we can upgrade to a cloth maker, which gives us a little bit more food but significant boost to our income. So we're going to go with that. Takes 8 turns, which is quite a long time, but it will give us a nice little boost to our income. So with that done, we'll end the turn. I'm going to assume these guys are going to still give me a bit of trouble. So let's wait and see what they do. Other than that, we're going to start pushing north with these armies, I think, in the next turn. And we've got these guys down here. Might let them replenish, maybe recruit some more troops and start moving them north, we'll see. We'll decide that on the next turn. So then another event, the Best of Intentions. Unfortunately, many of your free subjects have interpreted this increase in militarism as you tightening your grip on their lives, which has made them uneasy. So we've got actually a penalty now to public order for 6 turns. I wonder if that balances itself out with the benefit to public order that we got the last turn. I hope so. I don't think we have actually increased our military in any way, but it must just be a generic event, and that's fine. So in between turns there, one thing I noticed was down here in the south. In North Mercia, there seems to be a lot going on. The Anglo-Saxons showing us their strength a little bit here. It worried me a little bit thinking they were coming for me, but it looks like Definer. So this faction here, they took Nottingham, then moved up here as well and took this settlement, and then the Anglo-Saxons and Mercia here started moving all of their troops in. We've not been called to war for anything, so I think we're okay. But it looks like the majority of the Anglo-Saxon armies are sat there on my border. They've actually got another army down here as well. Yeah, quite a lot going on. Quite a lot. But it looks like the Anglo-Saxons, we've not actually checked any of this in quite a while, but they've moved and completely taken over Wales pretty much, along with Mercia. So these guys are going to be really tough to beat when we actually come to fight them. Yeah. We may even have to move into Ireland first and take that, maybe, just to build up the strength. But I mean, I guess first of all we need to work on Scotland, not get ahead of ourselves. So a couple of things: low public order, which we are aware of, or rather, it's not too much of a concern. Skills available here for one of our governors. Let's put his points into forager for a bit more food. Puts us up to 200, which is good. It looks like this army didn't move at all. They've just entrenched themselves in, dug into a fort, so let's kill these guys promptly. Hopefully we can completely wipe these guys out now. They've been a nuisance for a little while. We're going to auto-resolve it and fight aggressively. Cool. We didn't really lose any men. We'll take the little bit of money that we'll get for that. Killed an enemy in battle, that's cool. And with these guys then, I'm wondering if I should... I mean, I could move them kind of that direction. Take 3 turns to get to Edinburgh there. or take them a couple of turns to move up here, although I think we can probably take this settlement with these guys. I'm going to move them towards Edinburgh here. Now, it looks like these guys have got themselves into boats, so I'm hoping that we can kind of take this settlement and it'll draw them into the fight. Let's see. It does, so that's good. Now, I might actually encircle the town here. Or siege the settlement, should I say. And then move these guys on over as well for a bit of extra reinforcements. And kind of see how they react to it. So we've got these guys moving towards Edinburgh. We've got this Dinbar is now under siege. And I think the last thing to do for this turn is to look at some potential recruitment for these guys. Now, I'm wary of doing this because if on the Haking track here we move up to the next level, we're going to add 10% upkeep cost to all our units. Now, we've got quite a lot of units, and if I recruit more, that's only going to make that cost difference even higher. So I might wait and see with that one. Yeah, I might just leave them there to replenish and get these guys up to full strength before making any decisions. How many turns would it take them to get here? So we're looking at what? Is that 4 turns? Yeah. So maybe I just get them moved up to the border for now then. Replenishment will go down, but it's fine. It's not really urgent that we get these guys fully replenished. At least it'll give us... I mean, we can actually see quite a lot here. I was going to say... It'll give us a bit more sight along our border, but I don't think that's really an issue at the moment. We can kind of secure this border with the Death Givers here if we just move them across and start taking out some of these settlements and kind of holding this little choke point here. Now, obviously that doesn't protect us from the sea at all, but we're going to have to deal with that either way. So, yeah, I'll end the turn there and we'll see what they do. Okay, so declaration of friendship has been offered by Orkney. They're military allies with Lachlan, who I think we have already declared friendship with. They are the enemy of Stratclute and their ally as well. However, they do occupy part of Scotland and I am trying to take the whole thing. So, don't think it really does me any favours to accept that, so I'm just going to decline it.
I had high hopes, but never mind.
Alright, so we've just started this turn and it looks like we've captured Dinbar. Now, does that mean that they've surrendered it to us? I'm not sure. Maybe they've moved their army out of there. Again, not sure. Either way, let's occupy it and see. So what's happened to their army now? Okay, they're just sat in boats just outside. Interesting. I mean, it's good for me, I guess. It's improved my food and income again. I've got attrition for the Death Givers who are sat over here. Okay. Now if we can get these guys towards some trees, or the roads rather, I know that tends to eliminate the attrition, but even then the attrition is not that bad, so let's just keep them moving. We'll replenish it in the next turn, I believe. So that's not too much of an issue. The Fury of Tyr are also taking attrition. Is there no roads out of here? I think there's one there. It's fine. It's just because of the winter, that's all. So, again, they can just stay where they are. I wonder if it's worth me now actually fighting these guys out on the sea. I feel like we might lose it if we do that. That's the only problem. Unless we put these guys out on the water as well, which I don't really want to do. Come back to that one in a second. We've got low public order in a couple of places, so loading, which is here, probably because we just took that settlement. And down here, again, probably just because we took Coldingham a couple of turns ago, and Mailross as well. So we're building up a nice little empire here, but what I think is, for this episode, I'm going to have to leave it there. So, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button there. Got any tips or feedback for me? Any advice on how I should tackle this situation? Any strategy tips or anything like that, leave a comment. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.